What do you think your core competence is?
Our core is culture. It's not the technology. I think technology is a tool. The core competence of our companies, we have 20,000. We grow from 18 people to now 20,000 young people. And we focus a lot on the value and the mission and making sure the culture, everybody work for helping others instead of just making money. Mm-hmm. And we believe the core competence different from the Wall Street. We believe customer number one, employee number two, shareholder number three.
Customer one, employee two, shareholder
number three. Yeah, again, this is my religion. It's the customer that pay us the money. It's the employees that drive the innovation. It's the shareholder, and the shareholder always say, I remember the day before we IPO, and a lot of people say, Jack, can I give us the shares? We were long-term shareholders. But when the crisis came, these guys ran as soon as
they ran away.
They ran away. My people stayed.
A man came up to me once and asked, what can one person do?
What can one young person do?
What can one person your age do?
What can one young person do?
Young people I have helped have provided over 1,300 jobs.
I'm providing food and education for 35 children.
I've united 30 youth organisations in Australia to come together to combat climate change.
I've helped 120 students build sustainable services in their communities. So far.
What can one person do?
I've taught students to combat climate change in more than 200 schools.
I've helped 45 sex workers.
I created a health volunteering organization that provides health services to needy people in 12 different countries. This is what I've done so far.
So far.
So far. So far.
So far.
That's what I have done so far.
At the International Youth Foundation, we help young people transform our world. Join us at iyfnet.org.
Let's take 100 men who all start even at the age of 25. If you asked any one of them if he wanted to be a success, he'd tell you that he did. And you'd notice that he was eager toward life. There was a certain sparkle to his eye, an erectness to his carriage, and life seemed like a pretty interesting adventure to him. But by the time these 100 men reach the age of 65, only 5 will have made the grade. Only 5 are successful.
Having campaigned during the last presidential election, you had the most enthusiastic supporters of anybody I ever saw.
I'd love to hear that.
Your message obviously resonated with a lot of people.
Thank you.
You're going to encourage him.
Are we ready for Ron Paul? Are we ready to kick off this revolution? Let's hear Ron Paul. Ron Paul.
Omar Torrijos, president of Panama, was one of my favorite people. I really liked him. He was very charismatic. He was a guy who really wanted to help his country. And when I tried to bribe him or corrupt him, he said, look, John, he called me Juanito. He said, look, Juanito, I don't need the money. What I really need is for my country to be treated fairly. I need for the United States to repay the debts that you owe my people for all the destruction you've done here. I need to be in a position where I can help other Latin American countries win their independence and be free of this terrible presence from the north that you people are exploiting us so badly. I need to have the Panama Canal back in the hands of the Panamanian people. That's what I want. And so, leave me alone. Don't try to bribe me. It was 1981. And in May, Jaime Roldos was assassinated. And Omar was very aware of this. Torrijos got his family together and he said, I'm probably next. But it's okay, because I've done what I came here to do. I've renegotiated the canal. The canal will now be in our hands. He just finished negotiating the treaty with Jimmy Carter. In June of that same year, just a couple of months later, he also went down in an airplane crash.
I'm not a CEO.
I'm not a president.
I am not a general.
And I don't need to be.
Because leadership today is larger than the individual. It's about the community.
Your community?
My community.
Our community.
And working together on ways to improve it.
It's about driving toward a common goal
with uncommon determination.
It's equipping inner city children to be peace builders in their communities.
Leadership is helping farmers increase agricultural output
And it's using mobile phones to connect unemployed youth to jobs and the chance for a new future.
Leadership is about dreaming solutions.
I'm not a prince. I'm not a prime minister.
And I prefer it that way.
Because leadership today isn't about giving one person power.
It's about empowering many.
It's teaching low-income mothers how to produce environmentally friendly clothing.
It's training disadvantaged youth to preserve historic buildings.
It's promoting the study of engineering among female students in rural and disadvantaged communities.
I'm not a boss.
I'm not a director.
And I'm fine with that.
Because today, leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about being the change.
It's designing innovative strategies to enable national and international businesses to operate sustainably.
It's training youth with disabilities so they have the knowledge and skills they need to get a job.
It's teaching children about their health and critical global issues through play and sporting activities.
Leadership is optimism in action.
I am a young person with hope and drive.
Integrity and courage.
Proud to be part of a community where I'm a catalyst for change.
Positive change.
Where collaboration is a means to a better future.
And if hoping others follow my lead makes me a leader, so be it.
But instead of leader, please call me Miguel.
Alejandro.
Alia.
Bernardo.
Cecilia.
Deepika. Dina.
Donna.
Eugenio.
Gulali.
Jose.
Josh.
Hamad.
Nadia.
Nick.
Sarah.
Frederick.
At the International Youth Foundation, we help young people transform our world. Join us at IYFnet.org.